Good morning. The word for you today. Today is Thursday, January 8th, and our devotional today is titled Show Your Appreciation. It comes out of the book of Philippians, chapter 1, verses 3 through 6. And it says, I thank my God every time I remember you. In all my prayers for all of you, I always pray with joy, because of your partnership in the gospel from the first day until now, being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Philippians is a letter that Paul writes to the church at Philippi. Now, the church of Philippi had a very strong and central place in Paul's ministry. Philippi was the first church he planted in Europe, in Macedonia. Philippi was his baby, for lack of a better term. This was a place that he cared deeply for. He cared for the people. It was a home away from home for him. And I have no doubt that the people at Philippi knew how deeply Paul cared for them, knew how deeply Paul loved that community of believers. And yet, Paul still made sure to say, first thing in the letter, after he introduces himself, says he's a servant of Christ Jesus, and says, grace and peace to you, gives an introduction. He starts off the letter by saying how thankful he is for this community. How thankful he is that every time he remembers this group, he thanks God. Thankfulness, appreciation, gratefulness, whatever word you want to add here, whatever other tangent we want to go on in this space, is something that a lot of us aren't good at. And I say that as the chiefest of sinners. I have a really hard time showing my gratefulness for things because I just don't think about it. I can be really insensitive sometimes, which we all can be. There's a lot of times that somebody does something for me that I find genuinely so nice and so caring, and I don't express that well, or I don't feel like I express that well. And I'm sure that there's been times in your life where you felt this. One of the best examples I have of this was my junior year of college. So not too long ago. And one of my best friends in the world, Justin, I was in his wedding. This is one of my best friends. I talk to him literally at least once a week, if not once a day. And I remember I had been going through my health journey of trying to figure out why I felt bad all the time. Physically felt bad. And I had been given this new diet I had to try. And we were in the middle of a project season. And so I was just complaining to Justin one day because I was just so overwhelmed with everything. And so Justin invited me to his apartment, and he and his then girlfriend, now wife, Maylee, had helped to make this meal. They didn't tell me they were making dinner, and I come over and it's there. And part of the meal was stuff that Justin couldn't eat because Justin also had some dietary restrictions. And I just remember looking at that and being so incredibly moved because he was willing to do something for me that, without any asking, without me having to say oh, do you mind cooking dinner? He did it just because he knew I was stressed and wanted to help make my day a little bit easier. And I give this example because I was so glad inside. I mean, I cried. I literally cried in front of Justin and Maylee about this. And I never thanked them. And they knew I was appreciative. They knew I was appreciative of it. But I never thanked them because I didn't even know how to express that. And I think that we all get in those situations. Those times when somebody does something so incredibly thoughtful, so incredibly kind-hearted, that we just don't know what to say. We don't know what to even do in that situation. So I think that today's devotion challenges us to confront that impulse, that locking up, that freezing. And I think it challenges us to take a step forward and to give our appreciation, whether it just be a simple thank you, it be a more elaborate letter, whatever it is. Show that you appreciate the people in your life, because though they don't do it for the appreciation, it's nice to feel seen. I hope you have a great day.